Hello everyone, and welcome back to the glorious insanity that is Dying Light 2. Still running with the I Am Legion overhaul. So, we had a really difficult episode in the last episode. That was a very difficult episode, and so shortly after making that episode, well, first of all, I gave up. I had had enough. I was done. Do you remember? I was very done. I think I was the most done I've ever been on this channel so far. However, after a short rest, a little bit of a meditation, I was undone. Once again, I was undone. And so I attempted to jump back into the game, but what I did was I uninstalled the mod first, and then I reinstalled it, and I set it to the lowest difficulty. It's called Casual Survivor. So what you're witnessing here is that. We're watching basically easy mode of the I Am Legion mod overhaul.
To my old lady anymore.
And so I was just curious to see whether or not it would slow down the pacing a little bit. Give me a bit of a chance to actually have a moment every so often. Now, I did not realise, and this is something, I think I did realise it in this episode, that I'm actually attempting to do this mission in the daytime when the game repeatedly tries to remind me that I shouldn't be here. So part of the problem is I really like the difficulty. There's a bit of an imbalance between my brain and my body. Although, yes, it's my brain that's wanting to play at this heightened level of insanity, but my body is not keeping up with it. I really feel the stress and the tension that these types of games, instill in my body. And so obviously if I've had a big week of quite stressful gaming, you know, I need to dial down a bit. So anyway, here we are doing a little bit of work in our inventory. I think I'm trying to craft things. I might skip ahead over this bit a little bit. Yes, I spent a good couple of minutes in the menu there, just crafting up some bandages and equipping an extra weapon. So yes, I really feel this game. It's quite stressful. But I wanted to jump back in and see whether or not changing the difficulty to Casual Survivor made a difference for us. So as you can see here, the warning, come back at night. For some reason, I think I was just too caught up in the insanity of what was seemingly happening in the last episode, but I noticed it this time round. Sometimes the climbing really throws me off, you know, in this game. Sometimes. It's rare, but I feel like some things I should be able to climb. So this mod, I don't know how it does it, but it adds in over 1,000 new variants of zombies. I don't know what that means, because I don't really know how to tell the difference between the different types of zombies. I can see that some of them have differences in appearances. There doesn't seem to be 1,000 different types of zombies, however. But maybe the variations is just quite slight. So we're having a little look in the area here for a rest zone, I think. Yep, I think that's what I'm trying to do here. Find somewhere to rest, because I want to come back at night time. And I'm wondering if there are any locations in the area that I haven't discovered or that I need to go to. I'm still not very familiar with this mechanic. I mean, it's pretty standard. Use binoculars to discover locations, but I mean, I just haven't used it a lot to be familiar with it. So anyway, as I haven't explained, they were doing a voiceover for this episode because I just didn't feel like recording my voice at the time of making the video. And so I thought, you know, I will jump on the next day, sit and watch the recording. So I've checked this, whatever this is here, this windmill. Apparently we need 100 stamina. Somebody told me in the comments to check. When you zoom in on the windmill with your binoculars, it tells you how much stamina you need. Or no, it was if you hover over it on the map, I think. And so we have 140 stamina, so we can do this one. Although I'm pretty sure I fail multiple times. These jump pads are interesting, aren't they? I still haven't been given an in-game explanation for them yet. An in-game explanation. I'm just imagining that it's something to do with the craft masters. But I don't think anybody's mentioned them yet. Or if they have, I've forgotten it. So here we are with our revolutionaries rebuilding. I wanted to say rebuilding the Commonwealth, but that's because part of my brain is always playing Fallout 4. Rebuilding the wasteland, rebuilding this city. What a glorious job they're doing. It looks very Fallout 4-esque, doesn't it? Wooden shacks everywhere, and it's quite colourful.
I noticed a humming in my ears. Doesn't the sound of the shuffle seem too loud?
I am still quite intrigued by this world, you know. You hear these stories, you know, as you're walking around these kind of populated areas.
Perhaps I should move away.
I do like the ambience. So this place told us, I think it told us then we can't rest. I was very confused by that. Why can't I rest? There's a sleeping bag right there. Let me lay down. Let me put my head on it. For some reason I want to be roaming the streets in the darkness. I'll tell you what, I think it was Kush, that tip you gave me about eating those glowing mushrooms, this made a huge difference. I hadn't really gotten it into my head that you can stay out indefinitely at night if you have the right equipment. So I'm just kind of testing the combat again. I'm wondering, alright, is it easier now on this casual survivor? It doesn't feel a lot easier. At least, you know, the zombie numbers are still very, very high. So we're still kind of testing the water here. Okay, another bed. Let's try this other bed. Hopefully we'll be able to sleep there. I wanted to try to jump on his head to see if jumping on that door would chop his head off. The zombie screams are just fantastic.
Fucking with me, eh? Good. Nailed ya. You know you had to play.
So I was quite keen to get down here and have a little bit of a taste of combat.
Gotcha.
These horny people, I'm not a huge fan of. You know, what's he playing at? What's he playing at with that horn? Honestly, it's not appropriate. So as you can see, yeah, that guy actually shot us. He was pointing his bow in the opposite direction, and somehow he managed to shoot us. But as you can see, the zombie population is still, well, it's still so high that you can't really rest on the floor. You can't really stop for very long and take in the sights. And look, everywhere you turn, there are zombies coming out of doors, out of holes in the ground. It is monstrous madness. I think I just gave up at this point. I'm not I'm having a bit of a hard time at this point, I think. The intensity and the pacing of the game is getting to me a little bit. Okay, now where are we headed now? We're still looking for a place to sleep, I think. So the main thing we're focusing on here is this mission, the Princess in the Tower. It's not a main mission, it's just a side mission. But it's the whole reason for getting inside this place here. Okay, I still haven't realized yet that I need to be coming back at night time. It must be this time that I realize it. I think I'm thinking I'll try again on this lesser difficulty. I mean, you can still do these missions in the daytime. But, well, there are lots more zombies around. Alright, so we're looking for any kind of assistance here. These things are... I don't think they do what I think they're supposed to do. It's just a signal flare, isn't it? It doesn't actually emit the damaging UV light. Look here. Coming in all over the place. I've had enough. I'm done. I decided I'm not doing this in the daytime. Clearly, it's not supposed to be done in the daytime. How did he just climb back up? Have a look. Look what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Look with your own eyes. You can see there are zombies coming from every corner of the cosmos. From up my butt, from in my ears, from between my toes. They're even crawling out from underneath my fingernails. And I decide I've had enough. And so we exit the dimension, a self-willed exile, and I uninstalled the I Am Legion overhaul. And I wanted to know, okay, what's going on here? Is the mod... How much more difficult is the mod? I had almost given up on this game, I'll be honest with you. At this point, I'm thinking this is too much for me right now. I'll do maybe one video a week on this insanity. It's a bit too much on the system. And instead I decided, okay, let's uninstall the mod and just play vanilla. And we'll put it's on hard difficulty, so it's on the hardest level. And let's see how different everything feels. I thought this was a zombie. I didn't mean to attack this person. The way he was standing there, he looked quite zombified.
That be?
You're going down.
Okay, I don't think he was talking to us, but I didn't realise that at the time. I was quite confused about why he said that and then he ran off. Okay, we're still here in the daytime. Okay, it looks a lot more doable. Obviously. The place is not so insane. So let's test out how many zombies are here. Well, this is the furthest I've gotten into this world, isn't it? So clearly it's a little bit easier. But I'm still terrified. But I'm thinking if they're just gonna come at me one at a time, then this shouldn't be a problem. So far, so good. Push's magic mushrooms. As you can see, they're refreshing our meter, our little gauge there at the top. The little skull icon. So I'm pretty confident right now. And then I'm not. and then all my confidence disappeared when that viral showed up. The volatile. So, we respawned in the evening. I couldn't seem to find a bed, but obviously when you die, it gives you the option to respawn at that time or to wait till dusk. So we decided to respawn at dusk and once again head over. We're just still trying to complete this side mission. The Princess in the Tower. So now we get our first sense of vanilla nighttime on hard difficulty. I feel a lot more confident about potentially getting some of these inhibitors now. Honestly, up to now I've felt completely unable to even remotely. I think I investigated them in the first episode or first two episodes. Possibly the first three, and they just felt so out of reach. However, I was probably, in all honesty, still trying to get them in the daytime. So it's not quite night yet, but as you can hear, night has fallen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time is upon us. So we have all of our immunity boosters. We don't have any more mushrooms. Let's see how we do this time. Obviously the place is very, very clear right now. So we're just going to take our time and see what happens. Still feels very uncomfortable doing that because of how much noise you make. Now, up to now I'm wondering why this volatile on the floor keeps screaming at me and it's not chasing me. So, alright, that's something I'm confused about at this point. You know, if I tell people I have a very stressful job, and they ask me what do I do, and I say I play video games, do you think they'll laugh? And I'll say, well, honestly, I'm constantly under threat from zombies eating my face. I'm getting shot at non-stop, repeatedly dying over and over and over again. It is tremendously stressful at times, but it's so much fun. Gore effects are just brilliant, aren't they? I think they're the best I've seen in a game. So we got a little bit of an immunity booster there. Okay, things are feeling much more manageable at this point. I mean, at least we're inside the building. Now, this is where I realise I don't think this is a volatile. Although, yeah, maybe it isn't a volatile. It doesn't look like a volatile. Let's try to distract it. I don't think the firecrackers work on this thing. Okay, so now I think is where I realise it's some sort of screamer zombie, and I remember now that I've learned about this before, early on in the game. It's just a siren, isn't it? It's a warning siren. It kind of looks like a volatile, a little bit. And it moves a little bit like one. You know how it's lurking and hunched over like that?
Get away from there. I said stay back.
Now, calm down. Are you Timur?
No, Lowen. Why are you asking about... my sister sent you. Well, it's too late.
Too late for what?
Timur's changing. They've all changed.
Does this have anything to do with why you trapped your sister in her apartment? What did you do, Lowen?
It was a massacre. Biters were everywhere. I'm the only one who survived.
So, what are you still doing here?
I was going to tell her, but instead I locked her up. And returned here to clean up this mess. I didn't want her to know till I took care of this. Till I knew what to say.
She's an adult, Lowen.
Do you have a sister?
No, I mean, it's complicated.
Then you must understand. I have to protect her.
Aiden, are you there? Have you reached the condos?
You can't tell her, Aiden. It has to be me.
So what do we do? It took me a moment to figure this one out, what I wanted to do here.
He's not here.
What do you mean? Are you in the right building?
Yes, but there's nothing here but infected.
Then why would he lock me up? Why would my brother keep me from my Timur?
Sounds like the two of you need to talk.
He sure has plenty of talking to do. Treating me like this. It's bullshit. And let me tell you, as fairy tale princes go, you really suck.
I'll go back to her. Hopefully I'll figure out what to say by then. Thank you.
There was a spelling mistake there. Did you see that? Princes isn't spelt with two S's. Anyway, so obviously we decided to side with Lowen and allow him to do the explaining. So here we are, Skyriming our way through the lockpick. through the lock. Lots more lockpicks. Lots more locked containers to find our way into, and lots more juicy loot waiting for us inside. This guy is tremendously violent towards containers. He's got some kind of issue dating back to his childhood, probably. He's anti-container. I'm not sure why that is, but he's extremely aggressive when it comes to examining their contents. Well, mind you, he's living in a zombie apocalypse, so perhaps we can forgive him. He's angry. But really, if you think about it, the containers are your friends, you know. The zombies are your enemies. The containers, they're your friends. You should be nicer to your friends. All right, you. Where are you? You're annoying. You're a bit annoying. Let's see what we can do about you. Almost as annoying as the screamer in State of Decay 2. So we just continue to scout around this building a little bit. We have completed the quest, and I'm still at this point wondering, what would my reward have been if I had told the self-proclaimed princess the truth? But, you know, she's going to find out anyway, and it's obviously Lowen has to Lowen has to accept responsibility for his actions and talk to his sister face to face. Maybe he's afraid of her too. Alrighty, back out into the streets. So things are extremely calm right now, aren't they? Even though there are volatiles roaming the landscape, we actually have time to consider a plan of attack, or a plan of escape, or a plan of just exploring around us. It's possible. Whereas previously, we were under a constant barrage of mortar fire, zombie enhanced mortar fire, mortifying mortar fire. Anyway, alright, what's going on now? Our immunity is low, so we have to get to a UV light source if we don't want to use our other immunity boosters. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax for a few moments and enjoy a little bit of uncommented. Oh yeah, we got stuck. We kept getting stuck in under here for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. I'll shut up for a few minutes and let you enjoy
The Night Runners built these windmills.
the nighttime experience of hard mode vanilla. State of Decay. No, Dying Light 2. So I think we may have to experiment with how the game feels without the audio cues of the volatiles, because you know, when you hear that noise, obviously you become aware that a volatile is close to sensing you. And obviously if you didn't have that audio cue, I think you can turn that off in the settings. Along with the scanning, when you use this scanning icon, see how you can see them through the walls there? I'm pretty sure you can turn that off. So we may do some experimentation with that. Apparently there's a container here. Very difficult to see. But as you can see, the world is wonderful, isn't it? It's a very pleasant place to be on vanilla. It's nice to actually take the scenes in and smell the air and feel the glorious wind brushing on your skin. Okay, there are zombies around, but look, they're just doing their own thing. They're not hyper aware of you, chasing you, jumping out of every single orifice in the game world. So much so that I am still very interested and keen to continue exploring in the evening, exploring the world. Yes, as you can see, the signs letting you know that you're about to be detected have a massive effect on, well, the gameplay. So I don't need that. I don't need a brick. You can have that back. So we may, yes, we'll see if we can alter that feature. So I guess I can confirm it now for you, ladies and gentlemen. As this series progresses, we will be no longer making use of the glorious I Am Legion mod. It is brilliant, but it's just a bit too much for a long-term series, I feel. It will take me, I will have to have such a big break between episodes that, yes, I want to play a bit more of this game. I want to get through the story, and so we'll just be playing on vanilla hard mode from here on out.
Hello? Anybody there? Damien sent me. Hello?
What do you want?
Damien sent me. He said you have work here.
Wrong address, bud.
But I just talked to him. Damien, he sent me here.
You alone?
Sent me.
Wrong address.
Yeah.
You'd better.
I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think we might have accidentally skipped some content, but you'll see anyway. I stumbled across this quest.
Now I'm still trying.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So I must have skipped the first time. So we're in some kind of setup here.
Try this on for size.
I don't really know what's happening, in all honesty. I've stumbled across this quest.
Think fast.
Obviously, it's a quest we have. Anyway, it's a good experience of combat.
How you like it now, jackass? You're dead. Time's running out. I got something for you, jackass.
I do really like the combat in this game. It's fun,
You're
it's
dead.
responsive, it feels tactical, it feels challenging.
Let's take it. Like this.
It's annoying, but just the right
Ready for this?
level of annoying.
You're dead
Ouch.
now, fucker.
So now you can see. Yes, we keep skipping through
Out of my skull.
the same content. I'm still very confused about why these people are attacking me. But it turns out so is Aiden.
Kill that son of a bitch. Dodge this. To play. Gotcha, you piece. Got you now. Make a play. Take this. Get that. This ends here. Here! He's here! I got something for you, you piece of shit. Here I come. Eat this, motherfucker. No escape now.
Alrighty, and so yes, obviously we're done with this encounter. So we've obviously been given this quest by somebody. It's a bit of a side quest, I think, and we have made our way here. Maybe it's not a side quest, I'm not sure, but I wasn't intending to come here. Apparently there were lots of weapons and things around in the environment that I was unaware of. I think I'll try to make more use of, especially this thing going forward. This spear here was just sitting around. We could have made great use of that. Also the bottles. I know I picked one up in the fight, but I wasn't really paying attention enough. They seem to have quite a good effect on the enemy if you can hit one with it. And I think these throwing knives maybe were the ones that they were throwing at us. Maybe it's some that we threw. Okay, and now I think it's now we get some answers. Okay, maybe not quite just yet. But very soon we're about to find out just what the hell is going on here. More juicy loot for my happiness. and for your happiness. Does loot make you as happy as it does me? Do you smile a little bit on the inside every time you pick up a shiny piece of loot? I think in the back of my head there's just always this little tiny craftsperson excited about what we're going to be able to make with all of this crap that we find in these worlds that we play in. What new recipes will we be unlocking?
Hey, you, how did
Not
you
die? God, you asshole! You set me up.
What? No. I swear, I would never. I was just doing my job, scouting. It's my job.
So now we see the guy who was standing at the doorway in the
Who are
bazaar.
these people? And why were they looking for me?
I don't know, Aiden. You gotta believe me. Please. They just told me to send them anyone who seemed new. They didn't tell me why. I don't have any other choice but to do as they say.
They have anything to do with Lucas's death?
What? No. I mean, God, I hope not. That would be terrible. But I swear, I don't know.
So you've sent others before me, and then they've all been murdered? What have you done, Damien?
I didn't know at first, but I couldn't do anything about it once I found out. I couldn't.
How many, Damien? How many people have you sent to their death?
Stop it, Aiden, stop. I'm sorry. I had to. I'm trapped. Believe me, they have my brother.
I mean, honestly, I think I believe him.
Your brother? Talk. Fast.
They took him and threatened to kill him if I didn't do what they said. I just figured if I did good, they'd eventually release him. I'm being played, and I'm tired of it. I just want my brother back.
His voice changed, didn't it?
Will you help me find him?
You sent me to the slaughter, and now I'm supposed to forget that and help you find your brother.
You're mad, I get it. But look at it this way. He may have heard why they're looking for you. If he could tell you, wouldn't you want to find him?
Well, I think I would.
All right, fine then. But you better pray that he knows something. I've been there already and searched the place. No sign of Cliff.
Serious? Oh, shit. You don't think they... He's not dead, is he?
Don't jump to conclusions.
But where could they be keeping him? Damn it, this is all my fault. I'm such a fool.
Sending people here? That's on you. As for your brother, I'm not certain. And where did you last see him?
We were in East Corian, close to Devil's Bridge, when they attacked us. They took him hostage and have been using me to carry out their orders ever since. I only did this to keep my brother alive, Aiden. I didn't know others would die when this started.
Devil's Bridge.
What's Devil's Bridge?
It's the name of this building. In the Middle Ages, they said devils haunted it. But then times changed and no one believed in those things anymore. Before the virus, it was a car repair shop. Now it's full of bandits.
Bandits Bridge.
I guess I'll search the area around Devil's Bridge for clues.
Aiden, you serious? You'd do that for me?
Not a chance. I'm doing this so that no one else dies because of you.
No, we're doing this because, well, it's one of our quests.
I don't want to rush you, but
And
my brother is in danger.
there's probably juicy loot there, so let's go get the juicy loot. Lucy. I think I'm just going to call loot Lucy from now on, alright? And if you're here right now watching this video and you hear me talk about Lucy in a future video, you'll know that I'm referring to juicy loot, okay? Here we go. Time for some more fun.
Shut up. What a wonderful surprise. Batter up. Dead now.
So I'm starting to get the hang of this this jumping drop kick.
You're dead.
So this feels like a good balance right now of challenge.
Fucking get his ass. I'm out of here.
So that was a piece of C4 we just threw. It wasn't very loud. The explosion was more like it was more like a splatter, but it has alerted nearby zombies. So much so that I think we decide to get out of here. Maybe not, but the horny people have shown up again, so... Now that was an explosion. Alright, let's get out of here. Things are getting a little bit beyond... beyond our current level of giving a shitness.
Would you get out of here? Please.
However, those people we killed probably did have some juicy loot. So maybe we should go back and get that. What do you think? Is Lucy worth it? She's always worth it. What are you talking about? I can't believe you even had to potentially think of an answer to that question. So now the game feels, again, I've said this before, but yes, it's much more playable. This is definitely doable. It's challenging enough, and you know you got a really good chance to see the insanity of the Overhaul mod. So from here on out, the name of the Dying Light 2 series and the thumbnail will be different. So do keep an eye out for a different presentation, because obviously I'm not going to be using the modded Overhaul thumbnail or title from now on. And maybe one day we will return. In fact, I definitely will, because I want to see what the mod looks like on the hardest difficulty, where all of the zombies can climb, and it's, well, I don't know, I have never seen it, but it claims, well, I can only imagine, because we were playing on normal, which is level 2 out of 4, so there are 2 more difficulties higher, and we will go to the highest, and we will just see what it's like. I imagine, and it really does kind of explain that it's only suggested for people who really know the world very well, who really have a good idea of where they need to be going, because you can't stop. Every zombie can climb. That's the one thing that stands out the most to me, is the fact that every zombie can climb and run. So it's a proper I Am Legend type situation. Now I would love it if it was an I Am Legion, if it was a true I Am Legend experience, in that in the movie the zombies only come out at night, or rather, yeah, and they're only psychotic. So you're dealing with the psychotic zombies at night time. That would be great if we could play in the daytime with just slow shambling zombies around, and then at night time there's some kind of transformation which makes them all, well, run and crazy. That would be fun, because, you know, essentially you can, well, avoid it until you really want to experience it. But one thing I'm seeing here is that potentially we can install the mod and uninstall the mod whenever we want to. Alright, so here we are looking for Cliff at Devil's Bridge, and that is not a loot icon. Now I'm wondering where this container is right here. Apparently maybe it's back inside, but downstairs. Okay guys, I'm going to leave you alone again for a few minutes so you can immerse yourself in the dark and at times horrifying atmosphere of this game. That animation with the mushrooms there. I thought he was doing some sort of wizardry at first. He was squishing the mushrooms between the palms of his hands. And then they were having some kind of overall effect on him, like releasing a magic spell. But actually, upon closer inspection, it looks like we are snorting the mushroom or potentially ingesting it. Actually, that makes more sense. As in, ingesting it orally, eating it. So we're crushing it between the palms of our hands and then either snorting it or eating it. Probably eating it, but you know, we can also potentially imagine that he's sniffing it up his nostrils too. These zombies look like the people from California, don't they? Have you seen those videos? Is it California? I'm not sure. I'm not American. I don't live in the US, but I do watch YouTube and I have seen the people, the human beings who have taken some sort of substance and they are standing around literally like this. Isn't it rather, well, interesting to say the least? The zombification of humanity. I do often reflect on the zombified nature of human beings, you know. We do constantly just consume and chase each other, and if you step back and watch the way people talk to each other, it's like we're eating each other's brains, isn't it? You know, I'm feeding you information now from my brain data, and are you consuming it? Are you gobbling it up?
What are you? It's the guy who comes after! I wonder how big the reward for you is. Stop visioning! What was that?
Are you eating my brain? Okay, so this time we decide to speed run the environment to get through it as quick as possible because, well, we've seen it all before. These people have taken way too much of whatever it is they've been injecting. So let's just get through this as quick as possible.
Get a load of that.
And let's crack on with it, shall we? The rope really threw me there. And there's only one person this time. So yeah, I realised the game doesn't seem to respawn enemies after you've killed them, like most games do. You know, when you die in an encounter and you respawn, the mission usually resets to a degree and you have to fight the same enemies again, but it looks like if you kill them in this one, they stay dead when you respawn. I guess maybe if you respawn in the mission and you don't leave and respawn back at a safe house. Okay, here we go. Let's get some answers.
Damien?
Damien? Nah, I'm Cliff.
Wow. Resemblance is uncanny.
Guards!
Wait, stop! Damien sent me. How did you escape?
Escape? I have no reason to escape, man.
Wait, so you're not... You're working with him, aren't you?
Well, duh.
Listen, Cliff, what I really want to know right now is about the murder of Commander Lucas.
The PK commander? What about him?
Did you or your people kill him?
No fucking way. We're not suicidal. Anyway, we got bigger fish to fry. Like you, for instance.
Me? What the hell do you mean?
You and Damien haven't figured it out? Oh well. I love my brother, but he's a dope. Always has been.
You tricked your brother to send innocent men to their deaths because you wanted to find me?
Waltz can run it all down for you himself. Or rather, for what you've got from Dylan.
Wait, Waltz? Where is he?
Dunno. They haven't filled me in on all the details yet.
Aiden? You there? Have you found Cliff?
Yes, but you won't like it.
Damien, bro. Unfortunately, now's not a good time to chat. And as for you, you've finally found Dr. Waltz. Downside, he's found you.
So now that we have more of the details, it looks like we're being led to Waltz after all.
That's him, fellas. The one who took the doc's toy.
Aha. Alrighty then. Let's play.
Cliff? Fuck! What are you saying?
The dogs.
Damien is a naughty boy, isn't he? He's full of lies.
I've got you now, asshole! Over here, motherfucker!
This is a very slow bandage mechanic.
You want some? Can you hack it?
I feel like I'm noticing a bit of a difference in the combat without the mod too. It does feel slightly different.
I got something for you, asshole!
I'm not completely sure how it is yet, but it does feel slightly odd.
Give this a try! Take it easy, pal! Ready for this? Suck it!
But it's still good.
Get some! Dodge this, asshole!
So I was not completely aware that these barrels are just as effective against humans as they are zombies. I don't think they were in the first game. I think it was only zombies that they affected. I could be wrong, but now we know that we can make use of these spike traps for people as well as zombies. And here we are with our spear hunting a gazelle of some sort, and it's extremely effective. Apparently he wasn't supposed to fall off the edge, and he rematerialized upstairs. So now let us find Cliff.
You stole from the dock.
And I guess this is a boss battle of some sort. I do like these spears.
Gonna mess you up.
I have to say, I think the appearance of the enemy appearance in this game is some of the best I've seen. Look at the blood appearing all over his face. We're extremely low health. We have no more health items.
You're done for.
Brilliant. And it probably went right up his, you know,
Come in, Damien.
he backed onto that quite nicely, didn't he?
Ader.
Did the lead pan out?
Nah, dead end.
I'm not surprised. What can you do?
I'll keep digging.
Do.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is going to do us for this episode. You know, sometimes when I make these videos while I'm recording them, I'm in the middle of a lot of stress and difficulty at the time, and I know I do get quite worked up in some of these videos because they are, well, they're very intense. Some of the gameplay, it's a lot at times. So, you know, every now and then it's nice to kind of sit back and just play the game without having to talk at the time, and I think if you guys are happy with it, occasionally I will just do that and then record a little bit of a voiceover at the end. So we're finishing up here, just gathering our loot. And yeah, I guess that's it really for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will be continuing on with this series without the overhaul mod, as I mentioned earlier. And I hope you're okay with that. You know, I am really keen to see where the story goes here and what happens with Aiden's sister. So we'll make some more progress. But for now, we will be leaving Aiden to his own journey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and goodbye for now.